The Jordan Show on YouTube.
Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today into something pretty fascinating.
Ooh, I like fascinating.
It's called the Johari Window.
Okay, the Johari Window.
Yeah, and it's all about kind of like mapping out, self-awareness,
Right.
what we know about ourselves, what other people know about us, and then all those like hidden corners of our personalities that maybe we don't even know.
I love that, the hidden corners, because
Yeah.
it really is like, you're holding up this mirror, but it has like 4 different reflections in it, and each one's showing you something a little bit different.
So let's break down
Yes, let's unpack it.
this window.
Okay.
What are these 4 reflections we're talking about?
The Johari window is divided into 4 quadrants, and each one represents a different area of awareness. And we start with something called the open area.
Okay.
And this is essentially like, your public self.
Okay.
What you openly express and what you're totally comfortable sharing with other people.
So, like, for me, that might be, my love of documentaries.
Exactly.
Or my habit of always being 10 minutes late.
Yeah, those are things you're open about.
Yeah.
And that's
everyone knows it.
the things that everybody knows. That's the beauty of the open area.
Okay.
Then we step into what's called the hidden area.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is where things get a little bit more
Personal.
Personal, exactly. It's like the space we reserve for, maybe our secrets or our fears or past experiences that, we're just not quite ready to share yet.
Right.
So it's like having a vault of information that, we kind of keep tucked away for ourselves.
But if we're talking about like better communication and relationships,
right?
How do we share more of that hidden stuff?
That's where trust comes in. I mean, as we build trust with people, we naturally feel more comfortable opening up and revealing more of ourselves and, kind of expanding that open area.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's really intriguing is what we call the blind area.
Okay, the blind area. So this is the stuff that
this is what other people see in us that we might be completely oblivious to.
Okay.
So think of it this way.
Well, I could be lurking in my blind area.
Maybe it's like maybe you constantly interrupt people.
Oh.
Or you avoid making eye contact, or maybe you have like a nervous laugh that you're not even aware of.
Right.
It's fascinating how our perceptions of ourselves can be so different
right.
from how other people actually experience us,
True, yeah.
So by getting feedback from others, we can actually start to kind of shrink that blind area a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
And gain a more accurate understanding of how we're coming across,
Right.
Okay, now, are you ready for the mysterious 4th quadrant?
Hit me with it.
This is called the unknown area.
Oh, unknown?
The unknown area. And this is
scary.
It can be a little scary. It's the most exciting, I think, and enigmatic part of the Johari window because it represents untapped potential. The parts of ourselves that even we haven't discovered yet,
It's like a whole...
A realm of possibilities just waiting to be explored.
Okay, so it's like a treasure map.
Yes, I love that.
But how do we...
It's a treasure map to our own.
But how do we explore it if it's unknown?
Well, imagine this. Like, you've always enjoyed maybe sketching in your free time, but you never really considered it anything more than just, a casual hobby.
Right.
Then suddenly, a friend sees your work and they're like, wow, you're incredibly talented.
Right.
And that feedback, that little spark, might lead you to explore that artistic potential further, or maybe you decide to sign up for like a pottery class.
Oh, okay.
Something totally new, and you discover this passion for it that you never even knew you had.
So be open to new
experiences, trying new things.
Right.
And really paying attention to feedback.
Feedback, from others. Yeah. And that might challenge how you see yourself.
Yeah, that's really cool. So who came up with this?
Well, the Johari window was created back in 1955.
Wow, okay.
By 2 American psychologists.
Okay.
Joseph Luft and Harrington Ingham.
Okay.
And they combined their first names.
Oh, that's how it got the name?
To create Johari.
I love that.
It's pretty clever.
Yeah, that's great.
Testament to their collaborative spirit, I think.
So where is it used today?
So initially it was really designed for, group dynamics, to understand communication patterns within teams.
Right.
But it's expanded way beyond that.
Okay.
Today, you'll find it being used in everything from organizational development to leadership training, personal growth workshops, even therapy sessions.
Okay. So now is it Equally useful in every...
It's versatile, right?
Yeah, it's a versatile tool.
But while it's super beneficial, and I think...
Really helpful, we need to be aware of its limitations, too.
Okay.
You know, it's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right.
And it may not be equally effective in every single situation.
Give me an example.
So imagine a workplace where there's just like zero trust. Maybe there's a culture of fear.
Yeah.
People are going to be really hesitant to, you know, openly share.
Right, that makes sense.
Or give honest feedback. Right.
Yeah.
And that's going to hinder the effectiveness of the model.
So you need that foundation of trust.
Absolutely. Yeah. And even in, you know, ideal settings.
Yeah.
Are there any potential pitfalls?
Yeah. What should we look out for?
Well, one thing is this overemphasis on self-disclosure.
Right.
While open communication is generally a positive thing, you know, pushing people to reveal personal information before they're ready can backfire.
Right.
Especially in workplaces where there's a power imbalance.
Oh, yeah.
People might feel pressured to share things that they're just not comfortable with.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then also, like, even if people are willing to share, sometimes giving that feedback.
Yes.
It's tricky.
It is, because even with good intentions, feedback can be misconstrued or it can cause unintended harm.
Right.
If it's not delivered thoughtfully and with empathy.
Yeah.
It's a real...
How do we do that?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah.
That's something we're going to delve into deeper as we kind of explore the practical applications of the Johari window.
So it sounds like we have a lot more to uncover as we...
We do. We've only just begun.
Continue this deep dive.
Yes. I mean...
This is fascinating.
Me too. I love this stuff.
It's a fascinating deep dive for sure.
It is.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that really makes the Johari window tick is feedback.
Feedback.
You know, it's like... It's the fuel. It allows us to kind of expand that open area, you know, shrink those blind spots, and ultimately just have a much deeper
understanding of ourselves and the people around us.
Right. But we've talked about how feedback can be so delicate.
Yes.
So how do we make sure it's actually constructive and helpful?
It's not just about what we say, it's how we say it.
Okay.
Emotional intelligence plays a huge role here. You know, delivering feedback effectively really requires empathy, self-awareness, and a genuine desire to help that other person grow.
Right.
You know?
So it's like you're a supportive guide, not like a judge.
Exactly. It's not about, you know, criticizing or putting somebody down.
Yeah. So what are some tips then?
Sure.
For giving feedback that is actually going to lead to some improvement?
Well, I think one of the most important things is to be specific.
Okay.
You know, instead of just saying, oh, you're always so negative.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. That's vague.
Right.
Focus on observable behaviors and the impact they have. So you could say something like, hey, during the meeting today, I noticed that, you know, you made several kind of critical remarks about the project.
Okay.
And it kind of made me feel a little discouraged.
Okay. So you're focusing on the actual
and
what it makes you
not attacking the person.
Yeah, yeah.
But talking about the impact of their behavior.
Yeah.
Timing is also really important.
Okay.
Don't ambush somebody with feedback, right?
Oh, yeah.
And don't do it publicly.
Right.
Find the right moment, a private setting.
So like
where they can process the information.
Create a safe space.
A safe space, exactly.
Yeah.
And tone of voice.
Okay.
You know, super important.
Right.
How do we avoid sounding judgmental?
Right.
Even when we're addressing an area that needs improvement.
How do you?
So I would say use a calm, neutral tone.
Okay.
You know, focus on offering support and guidance. Instead of, you did this wrong.
Yeah.
Frame it as, you know, hey, I noticed this and I'm here to help you improve.
That's good, yeah.
You know, and remember, feedback is a two-way street.
Oh, okay.
So encourage that person to share their perspective. Right. Ask clarifying questions. Genuinely listen to their response.
Less of a lecture.
It's a dialogue.
And more.
It's a collaboration where both people feel heard and respected, you know?
And patience. And
patience is a big one. You know, change doesn't happen.
Anyway.
Right. So don't expect somebody to, you know,
totally transform.
Completely transform after one feedback session.
Right.
Offer ongoing support, encouragement.
Be patient.
Be patient and be willing to adjust your approach, you know, based on how that person is progressing.
A journey.
It is a journey.
Yeah.
And as we've talked about, the Johari window, you know, it's such a helpful tool for navigating that journey.
Yeah.
We've looked at its potential pitfalls, talked about the importance of feedback,
Right.
and how to use it responsibly.
Right. Now, earlier you said that the Johari window shouldn't be used alone.
I did, yeah. It's most effective when you use it in conjunction with other tools and strategies.
So it's like
Think of it as
a piece of a puzzle.
a piece of a larger puzzle, yeah.
Okay.
So, for instance, you could combine it with something like 360-degree feedback,
Okay. What's that?
where you're gathering input
Oh.
from multiple sources.
Oh, okay.
So you get a more comprehensive picture of your strengths and your blind spots.
It's like having a bunch of different, like,
It is.
people hold up a mirror.
It's like looking through a kaleidoscope almost.
Yeah, yeah.
And seeing all these
Seeing different facets.
different facets of yourself,
Yeah.
you know, and don't forget about, personality assessments.
Oh, right, right.
I mean, those can be so helpful
Okay, yeah.
for shedding light on your, communication style, maybe your strengths, areas where you can develop and how you interact.
So we're building a toolkit now.
We are building a toolkit.
Okay, okay. What else?
And another essential piece
Onto it.
is cultural awareness training.
Oh, okay.
Especially in our diverse world today.
Right.
We need to be mindful of,
Yeah.
how cultural norms and expectations around feedback
Right.
and self-disclosure might differ.
Right.
What works in one culture may not be appropriate in
Right.
another. So
Yeah, we need to be sensitive.
sensitivity,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And by incorporating these,
Yeah.
additional tools,
Yeah.
you can really create
Why?
a more nuanced and effective process for both personal
So it's about
and
using
professional growth.
it responsibly, thoughtfully,
Yeah, yeah.
in a way that,
To empower people.
empowers people. Exactly. Okay. I want to revisit the unknown area.
Okay, yes.
Now, we've talked about trying new things.
Right.
We've talked about feedback.
Yeah.
Are there any, like, specific techniques for exploring this
It's true.
part of ourselves?
The unknown area is less defined
Yeah.
than the other quadrants, so navigating it does require a little bit of a different approach. It's less about concrete techniques and more about cultivating like a mindset of curiosity, openness, and a willingness to
Embrace
step outside of your comfort zone.
the adventure.
Yeah. Embrace the adventure of self-discovery.
Yeah.
It's like embarking on an expedition into the uncharted territories of your own.
Right. You don't have a map.
You might not have a detailed map,
Yeah.
but you have a compass.
Oh, I like that.
And that compass is your willingness to learn, your willingness to grow, and really just embrace the unknown.
Yeah. So how do we cultivate that spirit?
Well, I think reflection is huge.
For sure.
Take some time to just ponder your experiences, both the positive and the negative.
Right.
Ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How did I react?
Okay.
What could I have done differently? Journaling can be really helpful.
Okay.
Meditation.
Oh, right.
Mindfulness practices can help you.
Yeah. So really be
Tap into your inner world.
introspective.
Yes. And don't underestimate
Okay.
the power of seeking diverse perspectives.
Yeah.
Talk to people
Okay.
from different backgrounds, different cultures, different walks of life.
Right.
Engage in conversations that challenge your assumptions, that
Yeah.
expand your worldview.
Yeah.
You might be surprised by what you learn
Right.
about yourself through those interactions.
Like seeing yourself in their eyes.
Exactly. And remember, exploring the unknown area.
Yeah.
It's not about finding the definitive answer. It's an ongoing process of growth and discovery and evolution,
Right.
It's about embracing the journey and
The possibilities.
the possibilities. Yeah.
Okay. So now, how does the Johari window enhance self-awareness?
Well, self-awareness is really the foundation of personal growth.
Okay.
And the Johari window is like this amazing catalyst for developing it.
Okay.
By understanding those four quadrants, right?
Yeah.
We get this framework for recognizing,
Okay.
what are our strengths? What are our weaknesses?
Yeah.
Where are our blind spots? What are those hidden aspects of ourselves
So that's
might be influencing how we interact.
a map
It is like a map
of our inner land.
of your inner landscape
Yeah.
to help you navigate,
Okay.
your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors.
Yeah.
And as we become more self-aware,
Yeah.
we're better equipped to communicate authentically to build stronger relationships, and
so self-awareness is
to make conscious choices that are aligned with our values.
really important.
It's fundamental.
Yeah.
And the Johari window provides that structure
for
cultivating it.
This has been so insightful.
It has.
And we've covered a lot.
Covered
Like its history,
a lot of ground.
the quadrants,
Yes.
Its strengths, limitations, the importance of feedback.
Yeah.
But I want to bring it back to
Yes, absolutely.
the listener.
This is about them.
This is about them, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we've explored the Johari window.
Yeah.
But how can they use this information to actually make improvements in their lives?
Right.
What are the actionable steps they can take to,
right. How do we apply it?
Enhance their self-awareness?
Yeah.
Improve their communication?
Well, I think it's about,
Build stronger relationships.
empowering them to take ownership of their own growth.
Okay, so what's your advice?
To
someone who's just starting out?
I would say first and foremost, start with self-reflection.
Okay.
Take some time to really think about your experiences, your interactions with others, feedback you've received in the past, and ask yourself, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Are there any recurring patterns?
So really take a look at ourselves.
In my behavior that I'm not even aware of. Honestly, both the good and the bad.
Yeah.
Sure. And don't be afraid to ask for feedback from people you trust. Seek out diverse perspectives and be open to what you hear.
Even if it's not easy.
Always easy to hear.
Right. So be receptive.
Receptive to that feedback.
Yeah.
And remember, the goal isn't to be perfect.
Right.
The goal is to grow and evolve.
It's a process.
It's a process.
Yeah.
So use that feedback as an opportunity to learn and improve.
And as you become
more self-aware. Yeah.
Focus on developing your emotional intelligence. Pay attention to your emotions.
Yeah.
How do they influence your interactions?
Right.
Develop your empathy skills. Practice active listening.
So be mindful. And how you communicate.
In your communication.
Yeah.
And remember, communication is a two-way street, right? So be willing to share your thoughts and feelings authentically.
Right.
But also be respectful of other people's perspectives.
So express yourself honestly.
Yeah, find that balance
between
expressing yourself,
be mindful of the impact,
and being mindful of the impacts you're having.
Yeah.
And as you're kind of navigating this process, don't be afraid to, experiment, to try new things.
Oh, okay.
Step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Challenge your assumptions.
So embrace the unknown. Embrace the unknown, and you never know what you might discover about yourself along the way. And remember, you're not alone in this.
Right.
There are so many resources available to support you.
Okay, like what?
There's books, there's articles,
right.
There's podcasts, workshops, even therapists and coaches who specialize in this area. Have a whole support system, a whole team of cheerleaders rooting for you.
Right.
And most importantly, be kind to yourself.
Oh,
personal growth.
Be kind to yourself.
Is a process, not a destination.
Right.
And there are going to be setbacks. There are going to be challenges.
So embrace the journey.
Embrace the journey. Celebrate your victories. Learn from
your mistakes. Yeah.
And as you continue to explore the Johari window, apply these principles to your life, I have no doubt you're going to discover new depths of self-awareness.
Yeah.
You're going to improve your communication skills. You're going to build more meaningful connections with the people.
This has been great.
It has.
We've explored the Johari window.
We've covered a lot of ground.
From all these angles, yeah.
Yeah. Before we wrap up, I love...
Final
thought.
Okay, for the listener.
Okay.
So we talked about the Johari window as this tool for understanding ourselves, improving communication, but I think its real power is its ability to foster
empathy
and compassion. It's not just about self-improvement.
Right.
It's about connecting with others.
Right.
On a much deeper level. As we become more aware of our own blind spots and our hidden areas.
Yes.
We start to understand the complexities and the vulnerabilities that we all
have, right?
Yeah.
It's like realizing that we're all just kind of navigating life, with our own set of experiences and perspectives and challenges. And I think that can foster such a sense of
empathy and compassion.
Empathy and compassion, not just for ourselves, but for everyone.
So recognize that shared
humanity. It was about recognizing our shared humanity despite our differences.
Right. So listeners, as you explore,
as you kind of
the Johari window,
yeah,
I challenge you to use this knowledge,
yes,
not only to improve yourself, but also
to build those connections.
Build those connections
with others.
Yeah.
You know, embrace that beauty of human imperfection.
Human imperfection, right?
You know?
And approach each other.
Practice empathy.
Approach your interactions.
Yeah. With curiosity and understanding.
This journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
It's not solitary.
Not a solo mission.
We're in this together.
We're all in this together.
Yeah. You know, it's really amazing to me.
It is.
How something like so simple as this 4-quadrant window can really lead to
it's a simple framework, but it's so
profound exploration of ourselves.
Right. Yeah. And how
it's like we've been on a journey.
We have, haven't we?
Yeah.
It's been quite a journey.
With this Johari window.
And with the Johari window, yeah.
Yeah. And the best part is
the journey continues.
It doesn't end.
It doesn't end
here.
Yeah.
So we've covered a lot.
We have.
You know,
we've written
the open area, hidden area, blind area.
We explored a lot.
The unknown area.
Yeah.
The importance of feedback.
All the nuances.
All the nuances.
Yeah.
But how do our listeners, how do they keep this momentum going?
Right. How do they apply?
Yeah. How do they
this knowledge
use it
in their everyday lives?
Everyday lives. Yeah. I think.
What can they do?
Starting with small actions.
Okay.
Manageable actions.
Yeah.
You know, maybe choose one quadrant.
Okay.
To focus on each week.
Okay.
You know, so for example, you know, maybe you dedicate a week to expanding your open area.
Okay.
By consciously sharing a bit more about yourself.
Right.
You know, with colleagues or loved ones.
Okay.
And then the next week, maybe you focus on, you know, seeking feedback to shrink your blind area.
So break it down into
break it down
manageable steps
into smaller steps.
Yeah.
You know, and don't underestimate the power of just simple reflection.
Oh, okay.
You know, take a few minutes each day to think about you know, your interactions.
Okay.
Did you notice any blind spots?
Right.
Did you feel hesitant to share something? So really be mindful of how we're communicating.
How you're communicating.
Yeah.
And remember, you know, this is not just about individual growth.
Okay.
It's a powerful tool
for relationships.
Building stronger relationships, you know. So encourage open communication.
Yeah.
You know, with your loved ones.
Create that safe space.
With your colleagues, your friends.
Yeah, for sharing.
Create that safe space for sharing and feedback, and you'll be amazed at
it's that trust.
How your relationships can
and that understanding
deepen and evolve. Yeah. And as you continue on this journey, you know, of self-discovery and relationship building, you know, just remember to be patient
with yourself and with others.
Yeah.
You know, change takes time. Growth is an ongoing process.
Right.
You know, so celebrate
your victories. Small victories.
Yeah.
Learn from those setbacks and never stop exploring.
That's great. So to our listeners out there, keep the Johari window in mind.
Absolutely.
As you're going about your day.
Yeah.
As you're navigating your relationships.
Use it as a tool.
Use this as a tool to reflect.
To reflect.
To connect and to embrace.
To embrace.
You know.
The beauty.
The beauty of
being human.
Being human, yeah.
You know, you hold the key to unlocking your own potential.
That's great. Thanks for
keep exploring.
Joining us on this
deep dive.
Keep diving deep
into the Johari window. We hope you've gained some valuable insights.
Absolutely.
And that you're inspired to continue your own journeys of self-discovery.
Until next time.
See you then.